Roland Willits, Omen Stories. Yeah, and I'm here with Terry Smith.
Hey.
And Terry was trying to remember my wife's name, and I said, it's pretty easy.
It's Terry. That's pretty easy. That is pretty easy. Right.
And what's the name of the song we're going
This next song is called They Never Knew Clifford Very Well, and it came to be after I read a book about that thick called The American Way of Death, which is an expose of the funeral industry in the United States. What people, and I didn't realize, was we here in the United States make a much more of a big deal on the clay that's left behind, on the body that's left behind.
Right.
Much more money spent on dressing it up, fixing it up, and there are a lot of not too admirable things about the funeral industry, how sometimes florists are hooked in with the funeral company. People pay exorbitant prices for clothes for folks to be buried in. Anyway, so I just, that stirred up a lot of thoughts in me, that book did. And so I wrote this song about two high school friends, one of which ultimately dies, and how he didn't want a big fuss made when he died, and those left behind did make a big fuss anyway. And his friend, knowing what he didn't want, found the whole thing a big farce. So, but that book, The American Way of Death, is what prompted that song.
Wow. Did you have a preference for yours? About your death? You want to be in the wood box or the $10,000 steel casket?
It doesn't really matter because what's in there is not going to be me anyway.
That's true.
It's
exactly.
not the essence of me.
Exactly.
But I do think it is. I think it is extremely tragic that sometimes people have to go in debt. They have to borrow money.
Yeah, that's something.
To have a funeral. $20,000, $18,000. And a lot of times they're led to believe
that they
have to do that. Or the guilt factor comes in. People play on their guilt factor, and pay exorbitant prices for clothes when they can be buried in what they got. And I don't want any exorbitant money spent on that. In fact, I've made some preparation. Most of mine's already paid for.
Cool.
I decided that.
I got to give you Terry. My Terry.
Okay, all right.
My Terry. She has decided, because we're gonna be cremated, and she has decided that she wants a Viking funeral at the cabin. So we're gonna build a little Viking boat and put her ashes on the Viking boat, and then we're gonna push it out into the lake, and we're gonna shoot at it with flaming arrows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and watch it sink, and we will have a Viking celebration. So that's an idea for a different way of approaching it.
Yeah.
From Terry.
Cool. That's cool.
So, with that, we're going to listen to
They Never Knew Clifford Very Well.
Yes.
Okay.